Hello everybody, it's your man Teddy Ballgame, your realtor matchmaker here at Urban Realty Group. I just want to talk to you fellow new agents and agents who's thinking about getting into the market, getting into the real estate game, being a realtor. And I just want to answer a question because in the last week and a half, I've had a number of people contact me, email, call, text message, whatever, asking me this one question. Is it good for me to get in real estate right now? I want to get in the real estate game. So I'm going to address this a number of different ways, based on my experience, based on me being an agent when I was younger, based on new agents that I currently have in my brokerage. When I answer this question. So first of all, I'm going to ask you, as someone who is aspiring to be a real estate agent in the Portland Metro, Southwest Washington area, I'm going to ask you a few questions. So I'm going to ask you, have you ever been self-employed before? Question one. I'm going to ask you, have you ever been involved in being an entrepreneurial of any sort? I'm going to ask you, how is your character? How do people perceive you? How does your family perceive you? How do your peers perceive you? I'm going to ask you some of these questions. And I'm also going to ask you, how's your bank account? Do you have a savings account? Do you have a job? What is it that you're trying to do? So I'm going to ask these questions because you really need to understand that you're getting into a career change and not just, I just want to get into real estate because I see everybody doing it. So just understand you're not getting into something that's just this little easy little side gig over here that I can do whenever I have time. It's not that. So if anybody's telling you that it's easy and it's simple to do and you can make a lot of money, they're lying to you. You got to put time, you got to put work in this, you got to invest money in this industry, because it's just like starting your own business. You have to invest your money, you have to invest capital into starting your business. You have to have savings to run your business. How are you going to market your business? How are you going to advertise your business? How are you going to purchase product and supplies for your business? So I'm going to ask you things like that so you understand that you can get involved in any type of business that you want. Becoming a real estate agent requires at least a minimum of about $3,000 to $4,000 just to get started, and that's what you ain't getting that money back. So you really got to think about it when you say, is it a good time for me to get in real estate? Do you think I can get in real estate right now? Are you willing to help me? Things like that. I'm willing to help anybody if you're willing to put in the work, you're willing to put in the time, you're willing to follow processes, because there's a lot of legal aspects to this industry that you have to understand. There's a language that you have to understand. There's communication. You have to be a great communicator. You have to understand finances. You have to understand lending. But these are all things that you don't just come into this industry and automatically know. It takes time to learn these things as you go. So if anybody's telling you that getting in this industry is easy, they're not being very truthful to you. I've been in this industry going on 24 years. If you don't create a foundation, if you're just jumping into it when it's really hot, and then when it's not hot anymore, you go away and wait until it gets hot again, you're never going to lay a foundation. You know, you got to be willing to go through the peaks and valleys, and to establish relationship, you know, with people. Because at the end of the day, you have to be very good at selling trust. Because that's what you're doing in this business. You're not really selling houses, you're selling trust. You're dealing with people's financials. You know, confidentiality is a huge thing in this industry. So you're selling trust, confidentiality is huge. So, you know, these are some things that you're going to have to really dig deep down in your soul and answer these questions in the mirror, on whether you want to get into this industry or not. You know, because you may have to work a job for a year, 2 years, maybe 3 years. You know, I worked for Adidas for 15 years, and I worked, I would say, an additional, when I decided to get into real estate, I worked Adidas an additional 9 years to build my real estate business before I transitioned out of it. So trying to get into this business when you have no job and you have no money saved up any way, shape, or form, and you're just jumping into it because somebody told you that you can make a ton of money, it's a huge, huge mistake on your part or anybody's part. But I would first advise you, if you want to get into it, I would advise you to talk to people that are currently in real estate, that's been in this business for the last, you know, their first 1 to 3 years. Talk to them and ask them the questions. Ask them, how are they doing? Ask them, you know, what does the process look like? What are some of the pros and cons that they've learned on their journey within their first year? You know, some people come in as solo agents. Some people come in as, you know, they work on a team so they can learn different aspects of the business. So there's a lot of moving things that you're going to have to answer before you just jump into this industry. So please don't just jump into it cold turkey. Do a little bit of research, and talk to people that's going to tell you the real reality of what we deal with on a day-to-day basis and how much it actually costs to get into this industry. So it's not a matter of just paying $300, $400 to do your schooling, and then you get through all the online stuff, and then you join a brokerage and you're ready to go. No, it does. No, that's not it. So, as I get more questions in regards to real estate, whether it's selling, buying, investing, flipping, things like that, I just jump on and just have a natural conversation about whatever the question is. So any other questions, just flow them to me, and at some point I'll address them. I'm very open about any information in regards to this business, because I take this business extremely, extremely serious. This is my livelihood. This is not something that I play with. This is my livelihood. This is my life. This is what I do. I do this full time. So any questions, I'm an open book. Hit your boy up, and hopefully I was able to answer some questions for you guys. Hopefully you got some perspective of some of the things that you got to really think about before you get into this industry. And if you want to talk to me directly, inbox me or contact me on my cell phone. I'm open to have open discussions with anyone. So with that, it's your man Ted, your realtor matchmaker. So let's make it happen. Have an awesome day, and we'll talk soon. See ya.